Elephant deaths in Bandhavgarh when a fungus attack turns millets into poison. 10 wild elephants died in Madhya Pradesh Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserves recently after consuming a large quantity of Kodo millet plants with which had been infected with a fungus, a toxicity report released last week by ICAR Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Bareilly said. Traces of cytopiazonic acid, a toxin produced by fungi known to affect kodo millets, were found in the samples taken from the dead tasks, according to the report. What is Kodo millet? Kodo millet is the grain believed to have originated in India. It is cultivated in states such as Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, and parts of Tamil Nadu. It is also grown in other countries including Pakistan, the Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and West Africa. Kodo millet crops are best suited for tropical and subtropical regions. They are grown on poor soil and widely distributed in arid and semi-arid regions. In India, kodo millet is a staple food for many tribal and economically weaker communities. It is one of the hardiest crops, drought tolerant, with high yield potential and excellent storage properties, according to researchers. Experts suggest that it is rich in vitamins and minerals. Kodo millet is also gluten free, easy to digest, and a rich source of antioxidants, experts said. How does kodo millets become poisonous? According to a 2023 study, potential risk of cyclopyrazonic acid toxicity in Kodua poisoning, published in Journal of Scientific and Technical Research. Kodo millet crops are more prone to fungal infection followed by a bacterial and viral. These infections adversely affect the grain and fodder yield. Igrot is a parasitic fungal endophyte that grows in the ear heads of various blades of grass, most frequently on kodo millet. Consumption of such kodo grains is often found to cause poisoning. The fungal infection in kodo millet crop can occur due to rainfall during their maturing and harvesting stages, the study said. Cyclopyrazonic acid is one of the majority mycotoxin toxic substances produced by certain fungi or molds that can lead to disease and death in humans and animals associated with kodo millet. Up to the consumption of the infected grain, the mycotoxin can cause kodo poisoning, which was first recognized in the mid 1980s, the study said. How does toxic kodo millet affect animals? Kodo poisoning mainly affects the nervous and cardiovascular system of the symptoms including vomiting, gidding, unconsciousness, small and rapid pulse, cold extremities, and tremors. Cyclopyrazonic acid causes degeneration and necrosis, liver dysfunctions, and lesion in myocardium, heart muscle, leading to cardiomyocyte cells that make up the cardiac muscle, damage and impaired heart function. The mycotoxin can also cause gastrointestinal gastrointestinal disorder in animals and can elevate the production of reactive oxygen species in the intestine, resulting the inflammation and damage to the gastrointestinal tract. The elephants that died in Madhya Pradesh suffered from these symptoms. When tested on, on mice infected, Kodo millet crops caused symptoms of depression and complete loss of mobility as well. What are the earliest known cases of Kodo poisoning? In 1922, the Indian Medical Gazette reported 4 cases of acute Kodo poisoning. The details of the cases were written by Anand Swarup, an assistant surgeon at Sahajanpur in Uttar Pradesh. The patients included a 50-year-old woman and a 22-year-old man and 2 boys aged 12 and 9 who were all brought to the hospital unconscious. They were revived after their stomach was flushed. The patients told the police that they began to vomit and shiver after they consumed bread made from kodo millet flour. Kodo poisoning among animals was first reported in February 1922 after a landholder in Tihar, Uttar Pradesh, told Swarup that a dog had fallen sick after eating kodo made bread. In the 1934 edition of Journal of the Bombay Natural History Society, R.C. Morris, a well-known naturalist, reported the deaths of 14 elephants at the Vanantaparai Reserve Forest in Tamil Nadu due to consumption of kodo millets. Has Kodo poisoning led to deaths in recent years? In 2022, one elephant died after ingesting infected Kodo millet crops in Madhya Pradesh. According to Wildlife Department officials, there have been no reported deaths of human beings due to kodo poisoning, as patients can recover once their stomach is flushed by giving them simultaneous hot tea or milk. Previous cases have shown that patients can take up to 3 days to recover. How can kodo millets be checked for fungal infection? Dr. P.K. Chandan, the additional deputy director of Kanan Pendari Zoological Garden in Chhattisgarh, Bilaspur, told the Indian Express it is difficult to spot the toxicity with the naked eye. The plant will look fresh, but inside it may have become poisonous due to presence of high moisture and other factors. One need to do a chemical trace analysis to investigate in the millets are poisonous. To determine levels of mycotoxin in the in kodo millet crops, different types of chromato components of a mixture are used. However, these techniques are are time consuming. As a result, on site rapid and cost effective detection methods such as lateral flow assays, paper-based tests that ascertain and quantify molecule in complex fluid mixtures, and biosensors have become popular. How can infections be prevented in kodo millets? Researchers advocate the use of biocontrol agents, that use of an organism to fight against another organism to prevent kodo millet crops from being infected by fungi. Many microbes can minimize fungal development and mycotoxin secretion. The growth of competition non-toxigenic strains of the same fungi as a biological control strategy that appears to be effective in collecting the fields for many years can also help according to experts. Besides these steps, farmers need to follow good agricultural practices coupled with post-harvest management such as sorting and proper storage, preferably in airtight devices. Since fungi spread fast in moist environment, harvested heaps must be sheltered from the rain, and old practice of threshing, separating the edible part of grain from the straw that holds it by moistening the plants should be stopped, researchers said. Removing the infected grains also reduces the spread of the disease.